Yo, 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 welcome everyone to the Finding Neema podcast. My name is Neema Nazari, aka Neema Naz on all my social media platforms. You can follow me and find me anywhere on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, Byte, at Neema Naz and Neema Naz TV. I'm all over the place. I'm trying to do it all. I'm trying to make it big, and I'm excited to be on a journey like mine right now. So thank you so much for anyone who's tuning in right now and supporting me. I truly appreciate you all. You all mean a lot to me because I would be nowhere without any of you watching and supporting my stuff. I mean, my YouTube's kind of lacking right now and it's not getting any traction. So that's why I've decided to move my posting dates to I'm gonna do Fridays from now on. I think this is coming out Saturday, but I'm gonna do it on Fridays from now on. But because I tried doing Mondays and Tuesdays for my vlogs and my podcast, and it's fine, but it wasn't getting any engagement or traffic. So I was like, you know what? I'm at the stage where I can just change it and move it around and see what works and what doesn't work. So I'm just currently gonna be working on that. And yeah, this week has been all over the place. I've been doing so many different things, and I plan everything out. I write everything down, so I know what I'm working on and what I need to work on. But sometimes it gets lost and I forget about certain things. So I do need to work on, I guess, getting more organized. But it's fine. I'm having a good time, and yeah. So that's why I didn't post my vlog. I didn't post a vlog this week, but I was gonna post two in like 2 days. But I thought, you know what, fuck it. This week I'll just combine all the footage from the past 2 weeks and make it one big vlog, posting also tomorrow, I think, which is today, on Saturday, and then I'll post again on Friday for the next one. So yeah, I'm gonna just talk about a lot of certain things today, like I usually do. I am my I went to the I went to the chiropractor yesterday because my knee's been hurting a lot. Not a lot, but just certain movements I make, it hurts and it makes like jerk. Not jerk. What am I saying? See, that's how you know you're fat. You use fucking food terms to describe pain. I only mentioned jerk because I had jerk chicken for dinner tonight. My brother made some bomb jerk chicken and rice on peas. It was actually really good. Some good Jamaican food, Jamaican flavors. It was really good. Shout out to Jamaicans for that bomb shit. But yeah, no, I every time I make a certain movement, my knee jerks and it's like a sharp pain. So I went to get it checked out yesterday, and my the chiropractor. I haven't gone in 7 years, by the way. So I went to get adjusted too. Get your neck adjusted. They fucking like they crack your neck and your back. And he told me that it was just like a strain on my tendon that's connected from my patella, which is your knee cap, pretty much, to my tibia, which is the main bone in your lower leg, where your shins. That's where your shin is. It's called the tibia. It's the big bone, and then the fibula is what's attached to the outside, the lateral side of your leg, if that makes sense. To the outer side, yeah. So yeah, you just worked on that a little bit. So I got to do some stretches. I've been trying to put some ice on it and everything. So I'm working to make it better. But I got my neck adjusted too. Woo! Damn. Cause I love getting my shit adjusted or stretched. I don't care. Like, I'm not scared of that stuff. It feels amazing for me. And buddy, let me tell you, when he cracked my neck, I went into a different dimension. It's like I orgasmed in my head. That's the feeling I got. It was unreal, and yeah, it was a good time, man. It's been 7 years since I've been to the chiropractor, so it was well needed. My back was a little good too. It got adjusted, and I had a really good sleep too. I just felt more relaxed and at ease. But anyways, enough of me rambling about how my neck is murked and my knees fucked and this and that, all this pain bullshit. Shout out to the Leafs. Leafs won today, pulled out a win. Woo! Leaf Nation, baby. Let's go, boys in blue. Austin Matthews for the overtime win. I love it. We were down 3-0 to Columbus Blue Jackets, and I think it's the quarterfinals right now. We were down, and we already lost fucking the first game. And, buddy, Leafs came back, tied it to go into overtime. And Austin Matthews, the GOAT. boom, sniped one into the net, and we won in overtime. So shout out to the Leafs for the win. It's a good night for Leaf Nation in Toronto. Except the Raptors, on the other hand, absolutely shit the bed. Lost by 20. Got blown the fuck out. But it's okay. They're still like 3-1, so it's all good. They're still gonna win. Raps in 6, baby. Raps in 6. And Raptors Nation. And yeah, so I don't know. Like today, I guess I'll talk about some new topics that I haven't brought up before. It's hard because sometimes this is the thing. When I'm doing a podcast like this on my own, I'm still getting used to it, and I'm still trying to get better every day or every week to improve the quality of it. I don't know how, but I'm trying to do as best as I can with the not only the quality of the content that I'm talking about, but just the way I'm talking about certain things or how I'm bringing them up or the way I'm making the quote unquote conversation between myself flow properly, and using good proper grammar and less ums and uhs and likes and all that bullshit. So yeah, it's a work in progress. I almost said a work in process. That doesn't make sense. It's a work in progress, and I appreciate anyone who actually cares to listen. It makes it easier for me in my head to keep moving forward and pushing to, continue doing these podcast episodes every single week. So, thank you for you guys, whoever's listening. But also, it's for me too. I enjoy doing this, and I like talking about certain topics and just letting all my thoughts out. It helps me to kind of go free run and let my brain do the talking for me sometimes, even though I do prepare and I have to have certain topics set up so I know where to take it. But for the most part, I just kind of I just go on tangents and riff about certain topics if I can, and whatever I enjoy doing. So, it's fun either way. But I'm actually curious, if you're watching this or listening to this, do you prefer watching podcasts or listening to them? Because I, for one, don't really watch podcasts. I would just listen to them if I were to listen to them. When I used to listen a lot to podcasts, it would just be in my headphones, just listening to it on Spotify or something. I've only watched one podcast, which is Joe Rogan's and Chris D'Elia's, which obviously he's still getting hated on a lot in the world. But yeah, I don't know. I'm doing my own thing, and sometimes I don't consider myself a podcaster per se. I'm a content creator, I'm a comedian, I'm an actor, and doing a podcast is a different avenue for a creative mind like me to just let my creative thoughts out. And I don't even know if I'm doing it right, to be honest. I'm still learning every day, and I do want to get better. So that's obviously what's stuck in my mind too. Every time I'm recording a podcast is like, okay, how do I make this better? Am I doing okay? Blah blah blah. There's all these thoughts running in your mind while you're talking, and because you don't want to stop. I don't want to just. You have to keep going. Because I don't edit my podcast. I do it all raw. It's all raw. I go in raw, baby. No domer, straight raw. You know what I mean? Like I don't like editing. I want to do it as raw as I can, and because I want to give off the most authentic experience of me as possible. I want people to experience the authenticity of my voice and how I speak, the realness, the genuinity of how I speak and what I say. So I don't even know if that makes sense, but it's late. It's actually legit. I'm not even gonna lie. It's 12:53 in the morning. 12:53 in the morning, and my parents, they usually sleep at 12. My brother's already asleep downstairs. My mom doesn't sleep until 2-3 in the morning. She's a late night owl like me. But my dad, he sleeps the earliest. He usually sleeps 11 to 12 a.m. Today, he was up a bit later. So before I started recording, I was like, yo, can you actually sleep a little later so I can at least bang out half of this podcast while you're still awake? And I know he's going to go to sleep soon, but at least, when I record before he sleeps, he kind of is used to hearing my voice faintly, because I'm in my room, but he's in the room next to me. It's fucking right there, so he can still hear my voice if I'm speaking. Pretty much, we always have to be quiet after midnight or 11 because everyone's he's trying to sleep. But he said, if you're already talking or speaking, before I go to sleep and like I hear it, then like it's like a little bit, it's easier for me rather than me going to sleep and then you start recording your podcast. Then you're a fucking asshole. Just don't do that, right? Just go to sleep at that point. So yeah, I don't know. That's literally currently the situation right now. I'm excited actually because I'm going to my friend's podcast. My friend's podcast. I'm excited. I'm going to my friend Austin's cottage this Sunday night for a few days. It's my annual Cotty trip, even though it's going to be literally my second time ever going to a cottage. I went last year around this time, actually, end of August last year, and it was my first time ever at a cottage. Because here's the thing, if you don't know what a cottage is, if you're in the States or any part of the world, because in Canada we call it a cottage, in the States you guys call it a summer house, I believe. It's just like a lake house or whatever the fuck it's called. It's usually for rich people, rich white people, who own these real estates, these properties. Because I've never heard of any other ethnicity of people owning cottages up north, especially. No chance. So yeah, he owns, his dad owns this cottage somewhere up north. I'm not gonna mention the city or where it is, obviously, but and he's lucky. He literally just goes up anytime he wants. So finally last year I was like, yo, I made a few videos on my social media saying like, yo, like white people, like what are you doing? Like you guys. I know so many of you, and I know for a fact some of you like me, and I still haven't gotten an invite to the cottage. And then immediately after, I got like a bunch of messages from people like, "Yo, man, just come to my cottage. Yeah, come on." And like I was like half joking, but also I was like, "Man, it would be nice if I could get invited to a cottage for once. Like I kind of want to experience it, right? It's like it sounds fun. I want to go boating and paddleboarding and hiking in the forest and eating fucking fresh fish out of the lake and." I don't know, sleeping on a hammock, tanning on the dock, drinking a couple of fucking brews for the boys. And then my boy Austin, he's like, "Yo, man, like I have a cottage, right?" I was like, "What the fuck? Say less. Since when?" And he's like, "Yeah, man, I go up like every other week or some shit." I was like, "What? Say where?" And so he told me to come, and I went. Man, it was a blast. I had a good time. So I highly recommend if you can go up north. And honestly, the reason why I want to go was because I just wanted a little break from the city life. Because I live in the city of like Toronto, and I'm like kind of out in the outskirts of it. But still, like I've always grown up in like the city. I've never been in like kind of a country region. I've always been growing up. I've always been growing up in the city. City type area. So I just needed a break from like the city, and also just like I wanted to get off social media for a week or at least a few days and enjoy nature for once, and fucking do white people activities up north with whatever they do outdoors, and yeah, just like enjoy being in the present. And it was amazing. It was a great experience. We shot some guns at cans, and we went on his massive boat on the lake, and at night looking up at the stars with a bonfire and shit. It was like fucking beautiful. It was great. It was so serene and calming. It was really nice. So it was really enjoyable. But anyways, I'm doing that this Sunday. So I this past week I've been like rambling, and not rambling. I've been trying to balance doing so many different things at once. Like because every day I make content, no matter what it is. Like this is my life. I literally, because I can't do stand up anymore, right? Because of the quarantine and coronavirus and stuff like that. But actually, Stage 3's opened up in Toronto area, so there's been some comedy shows opening up slowly but surely, and I think I'm actually doing one in 2 weeks. It'll be my first ever set in 6 months in front of a live audience. So we'll see how that goes. I'll be fucking rusty, I think, but. Sorry, I just yawned. People who are listening, I'm tired, bro. I told you it's like 1 a.m. So yeah, so there's a couple stand-up shows slowly but surely opening up. The comedy clubs are kind of opening up now too, which is interesting. And yeah, so I may be doing that soon. But my whole life, I mean, not my whole life, like my daily routine pretty much is me. I produce at least like 1 or 2 to 3 videos a day while I'm at home. Especially during quarantine, I've been like pumping out so much fucking content. And it sometimes gets overbearing and a little bit overwhelming because, I never really, I love doing it. So I don't really I don't care to take a break, really, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Even though sometimes I feel like I need a break, I don't need a break because because I'm like working too hard, and maybe I'm like, I don't like doing what I'm doing. I just feel like I need to take a break from making content, specifically just going away from it for a couple of days so I can rejuvenate my brain and kind of reactivate, and then come back with like a fresh brain, fresh mind, ready to create bigger and better ideas. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to kind of, take a mini break for a week. So that's why this whole week I've been jambling. I don't even know if that's a real word, but I've been like doing so much different types of content and vlogs and podcasts, and I'm working. I by the way, officially released all 30 episodes of the Straight and Curly podcast with me and my bro. It's all on my Spotify everywhere, and on his too if you want to check it out. And yeah, I'm just trying to do as much as I can this week before I leave, so I could just have a bunch of material to post while I'm gone, pretty much. But I might not even post anything, honestly. I might just like literally fuck off for a few days off social media, leave people hanging a little bit, because people are used to seeing me every single day on my stories, on my posts, TikTok, Instagram, fucking YouTube. You know what I mean? So at the same time, not that I care or it really affects me, but I feel like people probably would get tired of seeing me every day too, which I would too. I would get tired of seeing myself, which I fucking do. Literally, all I do is look at myself every day because I have to vet all my videos that I create and post, and for hours on end. So it would be a nice break, not just for me, but for the viewers as well. I'm sure some people disagree and they enjoy seeing my stuff every day, and I'm sure people do want to and look forward to seeing me every day and my content, and I really appreciate those people because that's fucking dope and it makes me happy. But for the most part, I feel like it's better for everyone if I just went ghost for a few days. Not that I endorse ghosting, that's a whole different story. But yeah, so yeah, actually, speaking of ghosting, that's actually interesting. I didn't even write this down to talk about, but I do want to talk about this real quick. And I don't think I talked about this last week, so I will talk about it now. I talked about it on my stories, and I asked a question to people if they wanted to answer about ghosting. So my thing is, I hate people. I hate people who ghost. And by ghosting, if you don't know what ghosting is, it's like when someone, if you're talking to somebody, and like, you're not friends or whatever, but like you're like getting to know someone romantically, and after like, I don't know, a few days of talking, all of a sudden they just stop responding and they just never respond back. Sorry about the yawn. Sorry, I'm tired. Don't worry, I'll be done in like 30 minutes. They, after a few days of texting back and forth, that like one of the people who were in the conversation, they just ghost you. They just like fuck off. They never text you back. That's what ghosting is. And so I'm obviously against it, because on my end I'm like, yo, like, especially if you're older than like 20, 22 years old, whatever, and you're still ghosting people, you're an asshole. What's the reason? Because especially if someone's being honest and vulnerable and transparent and letting all their thoughts out, and you just leave them out in the dust like that, that's a shitty move, man. Why do you feel like you need to do that? It's just so immature, and it's fucking flying in my face. It's so immature, and what are you, 12? Especially our generation, like, what have we lost touch of reality? We can't just use our words. It just takes a simple sentence. Hey, sorry, I'm not interested. Thank you. Bye. And then you can fuck off and ghost if you want, because you already said your intention. That's all. That's all people want. They just want a little bit of closure, even if they still want to continue arguing against that line afterwards, or still try to keep talking to you. That's okay if you don't answer them, because you already told them that you're not interested. That's all you need. But still, people will not stir up the courage to do that, which doesn't make any sense to me. I'm like, I just don't get it. Communication is the key in any relationship, and obviously, if you're gonna ghost people like that, you'll never have a good relationship, because relationships thrive off of communication. And it's funny because I've never been in a relationship before, never in my life. I've been single forever. I'm 25 years old, close to 26. I've never even been close to a relationship. The longest I've been with a girl was maybe a month, and we were like dealing. We weren't even together, right? And it was in high school, so it doesn't even count. So I don't know shit in that sense in terms of experience, but from a logical standpoint of view, and my point of view from the outside, watching on the inside of all these different relationships I've seen pass by through my life, from my friends, my family, my cousins, or whoever, I've noticed a pattern of, the ones that fail is because of bad communication. That's a prime example. And then the ones who are successful, they're honest, they communicate, they're transparent, they talk, they listen, and that's why they're living a happy life together, as opposed to the other side. So ghosting is stupid, man. And like, it's and the fact that you have the audacity to do that, and then expect the next person to talk to you to not do that, that's even worse. Do what you want done to you. I don't even know if that's the right expression, but you know what I mean. I think there's a similar expression to that. I don't know what it exactly is, but pretty much whatever you put into the world, that's what you're gonna get back. So if you keep fucking ghosting people, expect other people to ghost you. But you can't get mad because you're doing the same shit every single time. So it's not that it's karma. It's just that's just the vibe you're attracting. So I just don't understand why you'd want that. I don't know. I would want something. I would treat someone how I would want to be treated. I think that's the right one. Like, you treat someone with respect or just kindness, at least with an honesty. Yeah, you'll get that back, and that's the best. That's the best case scenario, in my opinion. And I just don't understand why other people wouldn't want that. So I don't know. Anyways, that's my little bit on ghosting. And speaking of high school, I think I mentioned high school. I want to talk about high school really quick. My experience and how it was. High school was pretty fun for me. I had a good time in high school. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I was kind of a popular kid. I was a popular kid in high school. I was fun to be around. I made a lot of friends. I was friends with the older kids, the younger kids, my own age. People loved me. It was fun. And yeah, sure, I'll say it. I was an attention seeker. I don't give a fuck. You know why? Because I wasn't getting any girls. I was ugly. Or at least I told myself I was ugly. I was fat and overweight, which is true, and I still am to this day. But my thoughts are way healthier about it now, obviously. But this is in high school I'm talking about. I wasn't very confident, and obviously I didn't have any style or anything. I didn't know how to speak to women, all this bullshit, or how to interact with people, how to whatever. So even though I had a lot of friends and people, really liked me and liked being around me, the other aspects of my personality and my self-confidence was not very good. But at least I was funny. I was always the funny kid. And the funny kid usually has the most problems on the inside. But no, I had a great experience, and I feel like I want to get into a couple of funny moments of I want to talk about the funniest, I guess, career highlights of my high school career. That were fun or sad or whatever. Just memorable ones that are at the top of my mind, that are very intriguing stories or just very engaging to listen to. So the first moment that pops into my mind about high school is First of all, grade 9 and 10 were my favorite years. Specifically, grade 10 was my favorite year of all time. Best fucking year. So, like, I had so much fun. That was when everyone started to become more comfortable with each other. And we had, like, so many parties. Every single week there was a party. In our grade, the next grade, another grade, like, it doesn't matter. Everywhere, everyone had a party that year. It was insane. It was so fun. And I saw a lot of fights. It was insane. But, man, one story I have from high school is it's like so memorable for some reason, but it was wintertime, and I think it was in grade 10 or grade 11. Listen, I first of all, I'm like, I don't even know if I'm a germaphobe really, but like I I would prefer to not take a shit in school, if that makes sense. Like if I had to, I would, but there's no chance I'm sitting down on the toilet seat. I would just hover over the toilet and let my shit out, wipe, and then leave. Because I don't understand how people can sit on a toilet. I don't get it. It never made sense to me, and it never will. If the only time I'll ever sit on a toilet raw ass, is in my own house, knowing I cleaned it and it's sanitized, then I'll sit on it. Anywhere else, even in my friends' houses, I'm hesitant to sit on the toilet seat. And if anything, I'll lay down some toilet paper if I have to. But in public, hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. You know what I mean? Like I don't get how people can go shit in a public bathroom and have no shame. Especially if you have a choice. If you have a choice and you shit in a public bathroom, something's wrong with you. You need help, go get checked somewhere. I don't know where, but you need help, my friend. You, my friend, need help. Cause no way in hell you'll ever catch me in a public bathroom taking a dookie. I'll drop a quick pee. I'll pee, but even then I'm still like I'm prancing around like tiptoeing, cause I just hate being in public bathrooms and the smell. For some reason, the worst. Oh my god, it smells like the inside of someone's asshole after they just ate spicy food. Every time. I have no idea why. Why? I don't get it. Why? Why do public bathrooms always smell like that? Like someone just ate a habanero pepper. Speak English, Neema. It's like someone just ate a habanero pepper and their insides are literally like at war, just shooting each other. That's their insides. That's someone's insides after eating a hot pepper. How do people shit in public? And on top of that, sit on the seat with toilet paper. And on top of that, sit on the seat raw ass. That's disgusting. If you're a person who sits on a toilet seat raw ass, just bare ass on the toilet seat and not even wiping it or just no toilet paper laying down, you're fucked. Delete my number. You probably don't even have my number because I would never befriend someone like that. But then again, who knows? One of my closest friends could be doing shit like this, and now I'm starting to reconsider my life. So please, if you raw dog like someone's just fucking someone, dude. If you're raw dogging a toilet seat, you're barebacking a toilet seat in public, dog. Delete me off everything. Delete me off everything, bro. That's disgusting. Who taught you? Who taught you anything? Like, did no one tell you, hey, when you take a shit, make sure to wipe the seat first. And then lay down some toilet paper and then sit down if you want. Other than that, if you're in public and you don't trust it, just hover if you have to. hover like you're mid squat and hold it there like you're doing a wall sit, except you're in the air and there's no wall. Drop your fucking shit and your dookie into the bowl, wrap it up, head out. Don't sit down like you're at a Sunday night brunch party at your fucking fiance's friend's house, drinking mimosas, and you're just gonna go on your phone scroll Instagram for 10 minutes. No, that's gross. So, how did I even get here? I've been rambling about fucking public toilets this whole time. So, my point is, what was I gonna say? I guess to conclude my point, if you're barebacking a toilet seat and you don't wipe, you're not human. You're actually not from Earth, and I wholeheartedly believe that. And please never come near me because I'm scared now. Okay, so my point is, so I don't like taking shits in public. Obviously, I'm very like hygienic about that stuff and OCD. And I guess you call me a germaphobe, whatever. But one time in high school, I usually would take shits in the mornings, and a lot of people do that. Their routine is like they wake up, take a shit, shower, whatever. But for some reason, this one morning, I woke up, and I didn't really feel like I had to shit, so I was good. I was like, all right, whatever. But as soon as I got to school, it was like 8:30 a.m. I'm in my first class, and all of a sudden, I feel like a little bit of a shit coming up. I feel a little bit of a shit brewing up in my stomach. So I'm in class, and I'm just doing regular class activities and going from period to period. But throughout the day, this shit keeps brewing up more and more in my stomach, and I start feeling it more. And I'm like, oh shit, okay, well I'm good. Like I can hold this till 3 p.m. and then go home and shit, because I lived like 5-minute walk away from the school. So I was like, okay, I'm good. I've done this before. I've dealt with this before. I'll be good. And it was wintertime, might I add. Key detail. It was wintertime, and there was a massive snowfall the past couple of days leading up to this day. I'm in school the whole day. This shit keeps coming and going, and like I can feel it more and more as the day progresses. And now it's like 2 p.m. and it's like my last class before school ends, and I can go home. Bro, like at like 1:30 p.m. You know when you feel a shit coming up, but then it's not like it's gotten past the point of just like you can feel it a little bit, like a little bit of heaviness in your stomach. It's past that point. It's now at the point where it's like you can feel it like touching your ass, but it's not it's not like forcing its way out of your ass yet. But it's like nearing your asshole. It's like peeking at your asshole. It's not touching it. It's kind of just like, hey, it's me. Shit. I don't know. Okay, but you know what I mean. So that's what I was feeling at 1 p.m. at school. I feel this shit coming on, and you know when you like, and then when you know when like you feel a shit about to like you feel it, and it's like, okay, you could probably go to the bathroom now and shit it out. I got to that point at 1:30 p.m. And so at this point, I felt it like almost coming, not out, but like it was about to like, it was ready to go. And so when like it's your shit's close to like coming out, and like it's like hard to hold it. So you clench your cheeks, you clench your ass cheeks. So you kind of like push the shit back inside. I had to do that at 1:30 p.m. Now, after I did that the first time, I was fine for like half an hour. And I was like, oh, sick. Okay, I don't feel like I have to shit for the past like half hour. As soon as fucking 2 p.m. strikes, listen, from 2 to 3 p.m., that was the longest hour of my life. Because that whole hour, the amount of times I had to clench my ass cheeks so I wouldn't shit my pants in the middle of home ec class. And we're cooking shit too. Literally. Not literally shit, but you know what I mean? We're in the middle of home ec class cooking fucking, I don't know what it was, like jambalaya or something, and now and everyone's focusing on recipes while I'm focusing on not shitting myself this whole time. I think my lab partner or whoever partner was like, hey, so okay, can you get the salt? And like, okay, so you're gonna put 1 teaspoon, blah, blah, blah. In my head, I'm like, oh yeah. To her, I was like, oh okay, yeah. So like this, but in my head, I'm like screaming, please don't shit, please don't shit, please don't shit, please don't, not now, please don't shit. I'm not gonna shit in this public toilet at school. I can't do that. I gotta shit at home. That my brain was doing that the entire hour of that last period in that class. So I had to clench my ass cheeks like 17 times. And you know when you clench it and like you're trying to focus so hard on not shitting yourself that you lose focus. Not that you lose, like you're not listening to someone, but like you're trying to listen, but you don't want to look like you're holding in a shit. And so you're trying to act all cool, like nothing's wrong here, nothing's wrong here, nothing's wrong here, nothing's wrong here, and you're just sweating. You're contemplating life. You're wondering if you will shit your pants and what people are gonna think. All your life is flashing before your eyes. I was losing it, bro. That last period, I was losing my mind. So, so luckily that period ends and the bell rings. Finally, after 17 times, I had to clench my asshole so I wouldn't shit myself. And then, luckily enough, when the bell rang and I was ready to go, I pushed the shit up I pushed the shit back up into my stomach so many times. You know when you hold in your shit for so long, after a certain amount of time, it just kind of, you stop feeling it in your stomach. But then later on, your shit it just becomes terrible. It's all like, not watery, but it's more like soupy and fucking, it's just a messy shit when you hold in a shit. Because you're not supposed to do that. It's not healthy to hold in a shit for that long. And it just like turns out bad. But as soon as I was about to leave school, I actually didn't feel like I had to shit anymore because I held it in for so long throughout the day. I think my asshole was just like, you know what, bro? Like, I'm done. I'm fucking done. I'm not doing this anymore. Okay, fine. Hold the shit in. Hold it. I don't wanna see it. I don't wanna touch it. Don't fucking bring this shit around here anymore. That's what my asshole was thinking. That at the end of the day. So I was fine, and I was like, fuck yes, please God. And I was like, please, holy fuck, let me just get home, and I could finally shit in peace on my nice, warm, insulated toilet seat at home, because it's safe and sanitary, not fucking disgusting, filled with germs by some Niners pissing all over the toilet seats, and another person dropping a fat shit, clogging the toilet with toilet paper all over the place. And so I live 5 minutes away from my school. Dude, I'm fucking walking home, and it's in the winter time, so it's cold. And for some reason, when it's cold, I always have to shit. Like, no matter if I have to actually have to shit or like I just took a shit, I'll walk outside and I feel like I have to shit more. I don't understand why. I don't know what kind of logic this is. I don't know if this is real, but it's real for me, and it's a pattern I've noticed throughout my life. I'm walking home, and it's literally not even 5 minutes. It's like 3 minutes. Tell me this 3 minutes was like life or death for me. Because as soon as I got out of the school and I stepped on the sidewalk to walk down the street, and then I had to turn right, and at the end of that street was my house. Dude, I start walking down this first street, and as soon as I touch the sidewalk, my stomach was like, nah, not today, cuz. We're not gonna back down today, cuz. Now, my stomach was against me. They're like, you know what, bro? You've been holding it for 7 hours today. We're not gonna let you hold it in anymore. So this next 3 minutes was a living hell for me. Because I was walking with my fucking snow pants, thick ass pants on, by the way. Massive ass jacket, toque and everything, gloves, big backpack. And I'm trying to haul ass, but at the same time, I can't walk too fast or else my shit will slide out easily. So I'm walking and like, I'm trying to walk fast, but clench my cheeks at the same time because the shit was coming back out again. So imagine having to super fucking duck walk while clenching your ass cheeks, trying not to shit your fucking pants. I turn the corner. Now I'm on my street. And at the end of the street is my house. I'm walking on the sidewalk, and might I add, I remember I told you, it's snowing outside. There's snow everywhere. There's snow banks on the sidewalks and stuff. I'm walking on the sidewalk, and it's already slowing me down. Snow is slowing me down, which is pissing me off. Because I'm like, bro, like, now? Really? You're going to do this now? Well, I need to shit. I'm walking down the sidewalk, still clenching my cheeks, and every, 10 steps, I had to stop. Because if I didn't stop, and I kept walking, shit would be oozing out easily. So I had to stop every 10 steps, holding my shit more, and then as soon as it calmed down a little bit, I continue walking, and I had to take deep breaths. I was like, fuck. Please don't shit. Look at all these cars driving by. They know I'm gonna shit. They know I have to shit. And then it's making me worse. It's making my anxiety skyrocket right now. I'm losing my fucking marbles. I walk 10 steps more, stop. Walk 10 steps more, stop. Finally, I'm at the point where literally I'm like 100 meters away from my house. Like literally across the street, I can see my house at this point. I'm looking at my house, and I'm at the final stage of this shit before it came out. And I had to, this was the last jump. It's like meeting the final boss in Mortal Kombat or whatever. Bro, tell me how I'm walking. I walk as fast as I can on this last little try. I'm walking so fast that I didn't even realize ahead of me, because I'm focused on my house and I'm looking at my surroundings, not even thinking about who I can run into. Like I might get run over by a car, and I wouldn't even. That's not even a worry, because I'm more worried about shitting myself than getting hit by a car at this point. I don't notice ahead of me there's a massive snowbank, and it's full of ice on the middle of the sidewalk. Bro, really, bruh? Right now, this is what I need. I'm walking so fast, and I'm seeing the finish line. But unfortunately, for some reason, God didn't want me to live a happy ending on this day. So I was walking, and I didn't notice, and I get to the snowbank, and I slip, and I fall on my back, and I smashed my head into the snowbank, and it was soft, but it was still a large impact. I'm a big guy. And I'm now laying down on the snowbank, and I'm not getting up because I felt my shit coming out, and I had to clench again. So I'm clenching. Imagine me sideways on a snowbank in the middle of the road, just literally on my side on the ground, just clenching my ass cheeks, trying not to shit myself like this. Just trying with the utmost strength to keep this shit in for 10 more seconds before I reach my house. I finally have the courage to get back up on my legs and walk to the end of the street before I cross the road and get to my house. I'm almost at the finish line. Dude, at this point, it's like there's no turning back. The shit is on its way out, and I have to get to the door in 10 seconds or else shit's coming straight down my leg. I'm about to cross the street. I see cars driving by, and I book it across in the middle of fucking 7 cars. I'm like, I'm not waiting at this. I can't wait. I kind of speed duck walk past all these cars and weave through. I get to my front line. I'm like, when you see your door and you're close, but you're so far away still, and you get excited, and then all of a sudden shit comes trembling down. I get to my front door finally, and it felt like 20 years, but at that point, from my front lawn to my front door, I get. Oh wow! Ugh! I just sneezed. Ow! That hurt me. Anyways, I finally get to my front door. I bolt it. I get to my front door, and I'm excited to get into this door because I know the washroom's right there, and I will be pulling my pants down as quick as I can, and shitting everywhere into this toilet bowl. Supreme happiness. But unfortunately, That's not how it ended. How it ended was I got to my front door, and usually the door's open. Obviously, someone's always home. Door's open. I could just walk right in. Tell me why. Tell me why the fuck the door was locked this day. The door was locked. And worst part, I didn't have a key. Great. So I try to open the door. It's locked. I ring the doorbell because I know my mom was home. I ring the doorbell. I'm like, because I thought I was about to walk in as soon as I get to the front door and go straight to the washroom. I was literally pulling my pants down as I got to the front door. When I noticed it was locked, I was like, no, ringing the doorbell, no, because I felt the shit coming. And by the time my mom opened the door, shit everywhere, all over my ass, all over my legs, down my leg, into my socks, into my shoes. I stood there in such embarrassment and shame, looking at my mom. A feeling of disgust and disgrace and defeat that I couldn't hold in a shit at the age of 16. How embarrassing is that? And the worst part, I'm standing there at the front door in despair, just not even knowing what to think, and I didn't even know what to say. My mom looks at me, quick look. She's like, "What are you doing?" Because I was like standing there and like shitting myself. She looks at me for like 2 seconds and then sniffs, and literally she goes, "Did you shit yourself?" Disgusting. پیپی کردی شلوار تو؟ برو در بیار چه بوی گند میدی. She was snapping, bro. And imagine hearing that after a full day of convincing yourself that you're gonna make it home to shit in your toilet. That's what I got. That's what I get for being too OCD and too much of a germaphobe, that I want to at least hover over a public toilet. Whatever. That's me though. And so I had to burn my clothes that night. Burnt all the clothes I had that I shit in. And it was a great story to tell to this day. And that was in grade 11. That was the last time I shit myself. So I'm sure people have shit themselves later in life at a older age. So I'm not too proud, but also I know there's people who had it worse than me. So that's okay. But that's my shit story. So thank you for listening to that disgusting story. Anyways, that was a long story. Holy shit. I didn't even think that I could go that long talking about that. I honestly didn't know that I would be telling a story for that long. I don't even know if it was funny, but literally the way I told it is all natural. Like, it's just from what I remember. Like, I never wrote anything like this down. It's literally my experience of when I was a kid or in high school and what happened to me. And it's as natural as I could tell it. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed that story. That was my most memorable high school story. One of the most memorable, not the most, but that was actually way longer than I thought. So maybe I guess I'll leave it at that in terms of a memorable story, and then I'll maybe talk about different memorable stories in future episodes. But to add on to that, before I wrap this episode up, I want to talk about what I wish I knew back then in high school, and if I would go back and do things differently. So what I wish I knew back then is definitely to believe in myself more and to have more self-confidence and self-love, and not to worry too much about other people's opinions, because it truly doesn't matter. It truly doesn't matter what other people think, especially in high school. No one knows shit. No one knows anything. Anytime in life, no one knows shit, and no one cares. Like, and that's why, because getting bullied and all that stuff. Like, I got verbally bullied, abused so many times in high school, and not as much as elementary school, but in high school I still did too. But I wish I could stand up. I wish I could have stood up for myself more, and knowing that the consequences would be so much more in my favor. Like I would, like the end results would be so much better and in my favor, because I would learn how to stand up for myself better and be more confident in myself earlier on, and learn how to actually be confident around women more. You know what I mean? Like, also, I wish I would have known to communicate better with my own family back then too, and look more within, and to learn more things from my parents, talk to my parents more, and learn more things about them, about their past and their dark secrets or any hardships they went through, because we never really talked about that stuff growing up, especially in a Middle Eastern household. That shit never happens. So that's definitely one big thing, because that would have been such a different foundation growing up and experiencing high school and university and stuff like that. Just having different perspective. So that's one thing I definitely would wish I knew back then. And if I could go back and do things differently, I don't know if I would, because that's a part of what makes you now in the current moment, in the present moment of life. And I think there's something beautiful about that. But I don't know. If I could do something different, maybe like a couple things, but yeah, like I would probably be more myself and less trying to like impress people. Like, not that I was like actively trying to impress everyone, but like, I know I've always been a funny guy, and I use my humor a lot to cover up, negative things or bad things that happened, bad, situations and stuff like that. But I wish I would, not be too worried or too nervous and too scared to bring certain things up, because I didn't really believe in myself and believe in my intelligence and smarts at the time. And I always kind of dumb myself down for certain people thinking and hoping that they would like me better and stuff like that, right? So, which is insane. It's stupid. So that's, I guess, really the main thing I would change if I could go back. But other than that, it was a great experience. I love high school, and I love everything that I got taught there, and the life lessons I learned, and just more about myself and stuff like that. But yeah, everyone's experience is different. So if you're in high school or elementary school or where you are in life, please let me know what your experiences were in high school, and what if you enjoyed it, if you didn't enjoy it, what happened, what was your most memorable experience. Please let me know in the comments. If you're still watching and listening, which I'm sure maybe a few of you are, but most people have probably already tuned out after the shit story, especially. But no, I appreciate anyone who has been listening to this point thus far, and I hope you all stay safe, man. And so also, yeah, before we finish off, if you're still watching and listening, please write #Finding Neema podcast on my newest Instagram post. So I know you came from my podcast. That would be dope. I love you forever. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. I will, speak about different things next time. And I think I will try to get a new episode up by next Friday, but I'm gone until Friday, up to the cottage, at my friend's cottage. So I'm not going to be doing any content at all this whole week. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, I'll be back either way, so it doesn't matter. Eventually I'll post in the next week or so. So yeah, expect a couple new vlogs and podcasts this coming week. So I appreciate anyone who's supporting and listening and watching. I hope you enjoy the podcast. If you have any construction criticism you want to tell me, go ahead. Don't be shy. Don't hesitate to let me know. I think that's a good place to wrap it up after that yawn. Oh, shit. Thank you so much once again, and I will see you guys on another episode of Finding Neema podcast. And stay safe, wear a mask, and wash your ass, please. All right, take care, everyone.